What up, YouTube? It's your boy Banks, and we back in the building. You feel me? It's True Talks, cause True Talks. All right, let's get straight right into it. So you already know last night was obviously, was an important game for the Suns, important game for the Clippers as well, not to drop in the seed and to stay at the fourth seed because they're obviously gonna bounce between fourth and the fifth, depending on how the Mavs keep winning and to get home court advantage. They're probably gonna most likely play the Mavs. Obviously, anything can happen in the next 2-3 games. But for the most part, the proof is in the pudding that they're probably going to be the fourth seed. You know what I'm saying? And that's hence why they're resting Kawhi. Well, Kawhi just needs rest, period, because you want health going into the postseason. James Harden will rest the first one of the back-to-back, probably play, tonight versus the Suns because it's a back-to-back, home and home. But I'm making this to point out something because a lot of y'all been doing Russell Westbrook a disservice. Y'all been chatting. A lot of y'all been thinking he's this wash guy and all this type of stuff because he's playing a specific role. A lot of y'all have thought that when he was with the Lakers that he's atrocious. Instead of understanding that this man played with Houston, with James Harden, was frying. They obviously had to make a big switch to change Capella and put PJ at the 5 so Westbrook could be guarded by 5s and he could go downhill. They played great, got a 4th seed or 5th seed, whatever they got. Obviously lost in the bubble. Then he goes to Washington near the end when, because there's injuries or whatever with Bradley Beal. What happened? He started snapping. Got the play-in berth and then obviously lost in the first round. But, again, he was snapping. Then came to the Lakers after that. And obviously now playing with Bron, you see how he becomes a scapegoat. You see that his play style clash with Bron because it's the same exact play style. Obviously, Bron is the better version, the Hall of Fame version of it, even though Russell Westbrook is a Hall of Fame. But, it's the same prototype, the same play style. Shoot a 3 here and there, shoot the midi here and there, and then attack paint, and then vision, and then athleticism. It's the same type of play style, PNR, not going to come off pin downs. You're not going to play the greatest off the ball here and there. You can, stuff like that. But, they make it work. But for the most part, it's the exact same play style. Bron is just the bigger version, the 6'8" version. You know what I'm saying? And the more smarter version. That's basically what they are. They're the same. So them together, I already knew it wasn't going to work, but people made it seem like Westbrook was this trash guy and all of this and that and this and the third one. That was cap. And that's why I dislike Bron fans. Not Bron fans. Because they just, bro, it's OD, yo. It's not even about the game when it comes to them. It's just narratives and stats. And just cap, dog. It's crazy. But anyways, I digress. The point is, Russell Westbrook has never been that atrocious player that they made him to seem to be. He was never that. Moved to the bench sometimes with the Lakers, all of that. Never that. Hit inside backboard, never that. Now he's with the Clippers a year later. Same exact role off the bench, stuff like that. And he looks a whole different monster the whole season. Not a shell of himself. Mentally, he's locked in. He's not, wavering, overthinking. Not like he's literally still playing a back end role, but he's thriving in that same exact role because he feels himself. He feels like himself. His rhythm is still himself. He comes in the game. He can still be a large portion of himself. Obviously, not to the point of what you saw him in this game versus the Suns, and that's what I'm going to highlight. So let's go into the context because I give it that context. Let's go straight right into it, boy. So again, like I was talking about, you obviously have scenarios where Russell Westbrook, when man's injured and whatever, and then also Russell Westbrook being injured as well too, did that energy boost, that energy factor, that energy component in how the Clippers play was missing, and that had to do with it. That's why sometimes they'll go more lackadaisical. Where Westbrook, his energy and his tenacity literally bled throughout the team. So when they had moments of lack of energy, he brought that. So when they will have droughts or they will have lackadaisical moments, he stopped it short real quick because of his energy and his fight and his tenacity and gave energy to the rest of the team. You'll do a 1-2 play and pull back that scream and all that type of shit. And then it just inflicts energy throughout the whole team. And then they get a boost. Rhythm, energy, you know what I mean? Comfortability. All of those things are something that the stats can't really read. It's eye test type of thing, or just knowing and being around and hooping and just being a purist. You can only see that and feel that and know that. but I know that. Buckets, don't know that. You heard? Anyways, but moments, no Kodak. You heard? Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that Russell Westbrook's energy was always potent when he was coming off the bench. Now when he's there with Harden out, the Clippers played a whole different game yesterday. A whole different game, and that's why they blew out the Suns out the gate. You would think a lineup of Westbrook, Powell, T-Man, Paul George, Zubats would be lack shooting with Westbrook, lack a little bit of shooting with T-Man, and then no shooting with Zubats. It's only two kind of shooters. The spacing will be bad. It'll be harder to play offense, stuff like that. But that's why I be trying to tell people, it's not, even if you don't have a specific prototype, you could still make it work if you have IQ type of guys, or you lock in on defense so much and you force fast breaks so much that now you're not even in the half court that much. But even in the half court, a guy gets featured when another guy you see, okay, he lacks shooting, he lacks creation. It's guaranteed that I'm the number one. And now the hierarchy is in place. Now the rhythm is in place. Now the focal point of who do we go to and all that type of stuff, and the focus on who. And then everything changes. Even though it's like, yes, skill set wise, boom, 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 boom. This is why I said that the Suns should make a switch. Royce O'Neal should be in the damn starting lineup. Whether you want to take Grayson out or take Bradley Beal out. I say, like I've been told y'all, Grayson has been such a great 50-40-90 shooter. Taking him off the bench wouldn't make sense. He's been a knockdown shooter. Bradley Beal has been the inconsistent one. At this point now, they traded for Bradley Beal for him to be who he's supposed to be or who he was when he was playing with John Wall. Sometimes the same thing with Harden. When you now leave that for a long time, averaging 30, being the main ball handler, being the PG, all that type of stuff, playing with Ish Smith, and you're the one handling the rock and all of that type of stuff, for majority of that portion where John Wall is out and gone, it's hard to go back to that. Because remember, when he first came into the league, he was like a Klay Thompson type. Well, a little bit more shot created. He wasn't just out here handling stuff like that. It was John Wall running it and had catch and shoot shooters and then pin downs and Beal was moving like a shooter. He was the shooter of the team. Doing that Kyle Korver off screens, JJ Redick type shit. Like, he was doing all of that. And then obviously would do more work out of that, but out of that pocket. Out of those scenarios and those sets. And then he left that with the ball handling and shot creating and all of that. When John Wall, injured and all that type of stuff, they changed. But it's hard to go back to that. So he's struggling with the rhythm going back to that out the gate, especially when you have KD, D-Book, and I'm the third, and he's affected. You could see in his takes that he gives up, or the takes that he doesn't take. You can see in the rhythm, he like moves like he's Grayson Allen at times. Pump fake, go all the way to the rim and to kick. When he has a dribble pull-up. Grayson don't be doing bare dribble pull-ups. Beal, you have a dribble pull-up in your bag. Don't be doing it all the time. Wasting opportunities. So if for him, it will be better for him to go to the bench, start Royce O'Neal so you have a guaranteed 3-and-D guy to lock up, because Grayson Allen being the main defender, locking up the other team, that makes no sense. He's a great shooter, but his defense is solid, but he's not a great defender to change anything with Annie's pinch. You put Bradley Beal to the bench, he comes out the game and can be, when D-Book comes out first, Bradley Beal comes out, he's ball handling, whatever, he's going to get rhythm easier. So now when he's in the game with the rest of them, he can now be that shooter guy because he has the rhythm. The rhythm influx is already there. Sometimes a rhythm makes you make drastic changes or little tweaks that it will change your whole team's trajectory, especially come playoff time. I've been urging for them to do this from time. But no. I promise you, if you make that switch, the Suns will be a whole different team. But no. Okay. Okay, y'all traded for him for a reason. Why would you trade for Royce O'Neal to bring him off the bench to have bench minutes to lock up? Like, what are we talking about? It's the same thing when they played with Chris Paul and them. When they had Josh Okogie, they went 8-0 and KD just got traded there. Because Josh Okogie's defense, so forget the shooting here and there. But they'll be empowered to shoot more when you give them, when they're like empowered, you have the green light. It's okay, shoot those shits. We want you to shoot them. But your lockup is so potent, you get more fast break. Just like what the Clippers did. Westbrook in the lineup without James Harden, you've seen how they move differently. I'm not here to say, oh, James Harden is weak and trash and all that type of stuff. It's just there's a play style difference that now has a different output with the team collectively. The Clippers are not a slow pace, running PNR and all of that type of shit. That's why sometimes they struggle. And that's why I'm looking at them. It's like a gift and a curse. You want to be used to that because playoffs, you're going to be used to that. But then if you're always running that, you don't get easy opportunities all of the times. If you're in droughts, those droughts stay for longer periods of time than a would with another team that has defense, that pushes the tempo. Not that the Clippers don't have defense, but pushing the tempo. They push it sometimes, but they didn't push it like how they did with Westbrook. Pushing tempo isn't just pushing in fast break. It's also out the gate running down like off rebounds, off, not even just rebounds, off make buckets, pushing. Westbrook pushing downhill, pushing to T-Man getting like one on three lays by himself, the team not even up yet. Whether it's transition, don't even matter. Just the tempo was high. Getting this, skip back to this corner quick. Like, not doing the went to ISO. Westbrook's not doing that much. So they're running stuff. Not only that, PG now gets to rock way more. So that's why out the gate he has his rhythm. He's doing tough shots already out the gate. He normally does. But now the rhythm is there because he's comfortable. It's like, I don't have to worry about my shot selection. I'm just here. I'm the main guy now. All of these attributes and all of these little things, you know what I mean, matter in terms of the output of the game and in terms of what you see sometimes when you're like, oh, why did they play like this game? And in this game, they play like this. It's these little things that the stat sheet can never tell you. It's all eye tests and reading and reacting and a feeling. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it, Westbrook, without Harden, Westbrook's going to play great defense. You see him getting in the lanes, fast break, hey, punching, screaming. The energy, everything is up. Powell is in the game. He have more movement, backdoor, stuff like that. Also, Westbrook is there, pushing the tempo, all of that type of stuff. Great defense. Like, you see they're not running that PNR to switch to Harden to ISO then pass last second or that. It's not they run it all the time with Harden, but they have a lot of moments. I would say with Harden in the game, you're going to get 60% of that PNR shit. The other 40%, sometimes Kawhi posts up, sometimes PG, and that's where the rhythm changes. Sometimes if those two are not just hitting out the gate, without rhythm, and you have to. That's the thing. When you're playing with Harden, you have to be established in your. I could not have rhythm, and I'm still potent. I'm still efficient. Kawhi is still a better version of PG and being efficient regardless. You know what I'm saying? Without the rhythm, but there's still a cap to Kawhi's efficiency in that no rhythmness. PG is inconsistent in that no rhythmness. Not everybody is KD and Kyrie. They don't matter. No rhythm, platter, buckets. Dog, scatter, it don't matter. They still are 50, 40, 90, regardless out the gate, tough shot, catch and shoot, pin down. They could do whatever, however, it don't matter. That's why with Brooklyn, it was so potent. They didn't need time together with Harden. Most places Harden goes, you're going to need time together when there's another play style at bay with him. Embiid, Westbrook, Chris Paul. There's some type of like, we need to get some adjustment. We have to figure this out. Only when he doesn't have that other guy with him, he could run his 5-out shit and do his Houston Harden. And it's easy because he just going to run the same shit every time. But you have to do that balance. So that's why I'm saying there's still not a natural fit, and that's my worry. That's my critique come playoff time if I'm a Clippers fan. If I'm someone who's watching the Clippers, that is the critique because you'll really see it versus contenders. You've seen it in the moments when Mans were trying when they went on losing streaks. You see that play style clash. Sometimes it's not a natural fit. They're making it work, and Mans are finding ways to make it, but it's not a natural fit. Natural fit means when push comes to shove, when Mans are great defenders, where I naturally run to the corner. How I naturally play is such a mesh that, like, we don't have to, we're just missing today. We don't have to really do any. It's like that's where KD with the Warriors was. It was a natural fit. In their sleep, they could get buckets if they just try. Even if the Clippers try in some games, you can see them. Sometimes the rhythm is not a natural fit. It could work. It's not as bad as the Westbrook Braun, but it's not a natural fit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. So when you look at it, with Westbrook there, it was a more natural fit as Westbrook running the one. That's why you see Westbrook, what? What did he get? 16, 15, and 15? Easy triple-double out the gate. What did he get? 16, 15, and 15. 2 steals. Yes, he has his 5 turnovers. Don't matter. Paul George, 23. 7 for 15. It's not even like, you know what I mean? Westbrook took 17 shots, fam. Beautiful. Terrence Mann, 8 for 10, fam. What are we talking about? because his running downhill, his driving kick abilities, it was like he was back in OKC again. Remember, he played with Paul George. They have a natural fit. The fit where they kind of were confused was where the Melo component. Because Melo came from New York where he was the main guy post-ups. So it's like they're not posting up anymore. How is that they're going to be? Is he more so spot up? Like there wasn't. It's a natural fit, but the point in time of the career and how they wanted to run, there's a clash and Melo has to get adjusted. That's different. That's different. But seeing Westbrook, the way he was moving, the way he was running downhill, the way he was screaming, the way he was just inflecting the team in terms of the tempo, the way Paul George was aggressive, and he's always been aggressive lately, but especially just the feel doesn't you know what I mean? I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. That's where I'm looking at it, I'm like, dog, Westbrook could still be a starter of a contending team and do good and be a contending threat team. He's not washed like y'all think. Yesterday was proof. Now y'all can really understand what I'm trying to say, especially when you add the lackadaisical Harden defense that he be doing, like Jokic be doing. He's not as bad as Jokic, but he has bare moments where he's just lazy on the defense and he gives it up, conceding. You didn't have that with Westbrook. So you have a defensive potency. This is part of the reason why they were locking up the Suns right away and hit them with a ton of bricks out the gate. Again, Suns did get good looks and we're missing some things, but it's still, the good looks don't feel like good looks anymore when every step they're there. They're on you. They're physical. They're there, everything. You get in turnovers, and they're hitting you with an onslaught. So now every shot feels like a big shot. So when you add that pressure to it, and then you have small windows of making mistakes because they're sharp. The Clippers were sharp. You can see their Diddy Bop they're sharp. That's where the Suns, and then you add how big important the game is. That's where they just choked in that game. If we just keep it in the buck, the Clippers forced that. So seeing Westbrook operate like that was beautiful to see. It was definitely something to tip your hat off to. It's definitely to shut all the narratives up that people be chatting about. People be chatting about when it comes to Westbrook. Y'all be chatting about nice that. Y'all be chatting. Y'all be really chatting. That Westbrook hate. You know what I mean? It always snapping. It's just crazy. That man's effort. That man's tenacity. That man's heart is just that's a guy you would want. If anybody around you is trying to make the league, you go look at Westbrook, fam. That mentality is something that, you know what I mean, is Mamba-like. In terms of the heart. The skill, not. But for him to do all he's doing, just off athleticism, tenacity, heart, not the most greatest skill, is crazy. That's called mentally and confident and aggressiveness, pushing over. I'm going to get there. Pushing over. Breaking through that wall. That's who Westbrook is. And seeing that in full-fledged, especially from going on the bench and all of a sudden just in the starting lineup like that and killing the Suns like that, out the gate like that with that tenacity, it's frustrating. Every time I be saying shit, it's always, just be patient. You'll see it in a year later, 2 years later. Just be patient. Just be patient. That's how it is with me. You've seen the Scotty take. Just be patient. I do this. It's the truest. Who you is. You feel me? I ain't stupid. You heard? You already know it's true talks. It's true talks. Share, like, and subscribe. We out here. There's no doubt here. There's no drought here. You feel me? The Suns, that was nasty work. They did make a little bit of push and stuff like that in the third, but that was nasty work from the Suns. Despicable. Disgusting. I don't trust them right now. I don't. Someone has to make a switch. Something has to happen. Because for them to keep doing the same shit, we'll talk about them. Don't worry. Their time is coming. Their time is coming. They need, like I told y'all, make a switch. You have to tweak something. You can't be running that same starting line when y'all out the gate are getting blown out. A lot of the times, there's an issue with the starting lineup then. And it's not an offensive issue. They keep focusing on offense. It's that defensive issue. It's not that they don't pad. It's just that you don't have you can have a better defensive component to get stops. When you're playing defense and you're sometimes stopping and it's like the other team feels confident and comfortable, it doesn't matter if you score. It is canceled when they're scoring, which is why Luka and them made Mark Cuban and them made actual adjustments to the roster of the Mavericks to get stops. The PJ Washington, you could be a way better defender. The Derrick Jones Jr., you're a defender. Yes, you lack a one. Dante Exum coming in. Like, they brought defenders around the Luka not having defense. Kyrie has defense, but he can pick his spots. But you surround them with that. Now, out the gate, the game is not always about offense. It's not. That's why the old heads be frustrated. Because y'all, like, where's the defensive pride? Where's the defensive pride? Get back to that. I don't talk about defense all the time, but I talk about defense all the time if you pay attention. Angling, positioning, sliding feet, cutoff ability, like third effort, fourth effort, fifth effort, rotational effort, team defense, like making up for a man's weakness, being so sharp that once he switches in a mismatch, push the other guy, push him to the other guy. Lock in, sharp, like that type of defensive continuity. When you don't have the personnel that's not locked in, like there's always a miscommunication because your minds aren't in sync, change it. Are you watching the same shit all the time? I'm talking to you, Frank Vogel, and the coaching staff. Enough is enough, yo. It's playoff time. Lock in. Make that change, yo. I'm telling y'all something. I'm trying to tell y'all something. Like I said, it's true talks. It's true talks. Should like and subscribe. We out here. There's no doubt here. There's no draw here. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. They got a game today, so there's going to be a breakdown. You know, the deliveries is still here. We coming back just slowly. Playoffs is next week. Playing is next week. We here. We really here. And y'all going to see. But at the end of the day, enough is enough. Whatever is it's true talks, yo. I'm calling that shit out. Enough is enough. You know what time it is. Kobe here. Kobe here. You feel me? That's Kobe work. You know me. Work, boy. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Click that notification button so you know when I'm here. Because I'm here. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. You already know. And I'm out, man.